I mean, that was my goal was really trying to go from the first point, try to be very focused, because especially after a long time, I'm not saying that you don't know where you are basically with the game, but it's still something that you have a few weeks off, few weeks of preparation, and the matches you cannot exchange with anything. So really, I want to be very focused, and that's what I did. I was hitting the ball nice and clean, and that's always what I need in my game.
How does it feel to be kind of back on the U.S. Open series, and what are your goals this summer, kind of looking ahead to the U.S. Open?
Well, I'm really happy to be back on the hard court. It's my really favorite surface, and no matter which part of the year it is, I always look forward to it. And yeah, I think that's the court which suits to my game the most, and I can play the best tennis, and that's what I did so far in this season. And so that's the bottom line that I want to build on, and try to bring some good results. I mean, I'm really don't want to talk about the results ahead. I just want to go. I just want to do my things, play my tennis, and the results gonna come up with that.
What kind of difference does it make to a player to play on like a side court or like on the main court? I mean, how do you guys kind of sense the difference in that?
Yeah, I mean it's quite different. I mean it's of course the court is the same. I mean
Right.
surface lines, everything is the same, but the sensation and the feeling and really the atmosphere and the aspects around are really different. And I mean that's the same thing. Like if you would ask the two football teams and you put them on just the field somewhere, behind the city somewhere where they don't have any spectators, and let them play. I mean, probably they're gonna make a football match, but they wouldn't feel the way that you get when you get on the big stadium with a big crowd and everything. So that's the same in tennis.
Jonathan was pretty upset about being on the outer court today. He lost. Do you think the American #1 he should get a spot there, or how do you feel about that?
Well, no, I don't want to get my back in my ears here, especially. So, what to say about that? I mean, this is always something which the tournament director and ATP staff probably needs to think about a little more, or really deal with that. I would say a little more carefully, and then make the schedule happen. It's not really easy to make all players really satisfied, but I've been in that situation.
Rafa just had to pull out the next couple of weeks with a wrist injury. What is that is that a sort of a cautionary tale about what you've got to do in terms of you've got to train hard, you've got to come back, but you can't push it too hard or something's liable to happen?
In his case?
In his case, in yours, in both.
Well, in his case, first of all, I just wish him the really fast and soon recovery. That's the first thing, because to miss a player like Rafa for even if it's a week or more, it's always a shame, and especially on those big events, and that's how it is. So really, just the soon recovery. For myself, I mean, it's you don't really judge the season and the career by only the winning the matches and the tournaments. But if you are not healthy enough, then you don't get the chance to compete, to play, and do your best. So that's really a big part of the today's sport and today's game, and you really have to take care of yourself, of your body, and I'm not saying only that you do a lot of or enough recovery, but you really need to plan carefully what to do, how to train, what to train, all other aspects. I mean, it's really easy to make my schedule that I'm gonna be 6 hours on the court, and 2 hours in the gym, but you know how long you can last to do it. I mean, we're all getting older, we're all getting more matches on our belt, and so you have to also consider this.
Do you prefer the loud stadiums or quiet stadiums in general? Like Wimbledon or Arthur Ashe? What do you like more? What fits your personality more?
Well, honestly, and by myself, I prefer the British crowd, or London crowd, let's call it this way. I mean, I think it's very, very special for the tennis. I mean, those two contrasts, which you step on the baseline, try to, or starts to bound the ball, and you know probably everyone can hear that, and then when you finish the rally or something, you know all the people are into it. Probably that's the best feeling in the tennis. I'm not saying it's bad in Europe, definitely not. I mean, it's very unique, very special atmosphere, because to play on the stadium where possibly could be 26,000 people, so it's not really daily experience, but you know they are a bit more entertained and a bit more loud.
Do you think that it's important for tennis to sort of stay a pretty quiet sport? Some people say tennis is too quiet. Do you think that's a good thing?
Well, no, I would. Well, I would just go those two extremes. I would really try to keep it in those two lines, and it definitely doesn't go well with that rule what we have, you know, with that 20-25 seconds, because it's such a short time to, you know, when 20,000 people starts to scream, to make them quiet in 20 seconds, it's almost impossible, you know. So that's basically why, you know, these two arguments doesn't go well together, you know. If somebody wants to have more entertained our sport, then you cannot have these 25 seconds, because it's really impossible to be loud during the play, because this is a sport which really needs that, to be quiet, because I would really compare it to the golf, and I would say even tougher, because then, you know, the golfer has a time to come to the ball, everything prepared, and you know, much more time and really more focus, but we need to deal with that much quickly. So we really need the quiet in the play, but then okay, let the people go crazy and wild and even longer, but we need more time.
All right, last question.
You're usually pretty serious, kind of impressed, but on Twitter we kind of get to see a different side of your personality. You're kind of interacting with the fake Federer account a lot, and talking about the flower power. Is that something you kind of want people to see a different side of your personality?
Well, the reason is simple, you know. I mean, it's quite similar to the previous question. I mean, it's when you go on court, you need to compete, you need to do your best, you try to win, and no matter what. And really, it's hard to do any joke or anything on court, you know. I mean, probably there are players that they can do it, they can distract themselves, but I'm a guy that definitely not, or cannot think about anything else than, you know, the way that the routines and really what I need to do on court. And when I see some of my matches, I can see it's quite boring to watch that. So, or even the others, you know. I mean, we are getting too professional and too, not too serious, but like really like kind of a machines, and you know, that's something what gives me the opportunity to bring something else to the people and to the crowd, and whoever follows it. It's, you know, just make them. Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's something what you can do basically anytime, and whatever feeling you have, you can just share it with the fans, and that's nice about it.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.